Oh, hey, Tanner, you're here. Whoa, Bailey. Emily, you're here.
Hi.
Who else
How'd we
is
get here?
here?
That's your cue.
That was
I mean,
that was your
he's
cue.
looking at you like you're
Oh.
supposed
I'm-
to.
I'm just
somebody's
leaning
cue.
and looking.
I'm Norm.
I'm Brittany.
I'm Tanner.
And this is a very professional intro.
It is.
That's
we
what
worked really
said
hard
last
on it.
week.
I don't remember how last week went with the intro.
We just we do our normal
Did we
thing, just
fumble
kinda
through it
wing
like
No,
Fumble?
Norman.
It was
No,
very
Yeah.
offensive.
you
Okay.
started the recording, and Norman immediately went, "Would you eat someone?"
Oh yeah. Well, no. Okay. So there was actually quite a bit of build up to that I ended up cutting.
Oh, well, it sounded great. It sounded very good.
Good. Thank
Also,
you.
I'm back.
Oh hey, she's back.
Who are you?
Wow. I'm feeling much better, and I appreciated all the kind words and not kind words that you guys had for me.
Like that part where we insinuated that we might have been preparing you to eat.
Yes.
Okay.
That felt pretty good. And then
Is that option still on the table?
also, when
You don't want to get the flu, do you?
Right? Tainted meat.
Give it another week.
I don't think that's how that works.
But can you prove that it's not?
There we go.
Bailey, take a bite.
No. I'm not going to risk it.
Because then legally we would have to put you down, Bailey.
There are more people than there are microphones tonight, which actually isn't super weird for us. So
Yeah.
Norman's bad at math.
Hey,
3.
hold on. Pause. Why is ADT calling you?
Why?
Anyway, guys, welcome back to another episode. I'm Tanner, and we're starting here instead of where we started before
I'm kind of
because
disappointed.
that was a mess.
Well, I got a call from the security company. I had to.
Well, why we're
Just
cutting
intro-
it?
Just introduce yourself.
It'll all be on the Patreon
I'm Emily, and I'm not sick
eventually.
anymore.
Nice.
I really need to get around to finishing editing our outtakes to put on the Patreon. I've been doing that for 2 years.
Man. It'll be worth it, though.
I think that episode's older than Bailey at this point,
Damn.
What?
or his tenure on the podcast. The episode of outtakes that I've been editing for.
No, because
Ever.
we recorded the intro for it.
Oh yeah, that was about 6 months into production.
Oh.
It's since Ethan was here. I remember that.
Yeah. I was here when Ethan was here.
I miss Ethan.
Me too.
I'm Norm.
Not Ethan. I'm Bailey.
Also
I'm
not
Brittany.
Ethan. None of us are Ethan.
None of us are Ethan.
Supposedly.
Supposedly.
That's why I won't have to do much editing on this episode.
There's so many on the last one. There's so many cut that. Yeah, I'm gonna cut that.
Then I
and
didn't.
start. And it's like, oh, okay. Well, he didn't do that.
No. I think it's funnier if I just say I'm going to. Probably like that intro.
Yeah,
That might have made it in there.
yeah.
That's
That's-
what outtakes are, bud.
Outtakes. bloopers. It'll be done by 5 years from now.
Yeah, you just give me the time. If we had more patrons, then right now we only have as many as J Station.
Who
So,
are they? Do we know?
huh? Yeah, I actually personally know both of them.
Oh,
So,
I'll get my mom to sign up too.
hey, excellent. That's more than J Station.
I don't know.
I'll do it
I don't know
too,
this
just
person you're
to-
referencing.
Put it to J Station. He's kind of
He's a bad
I'll say
guy.
I was gonna
awful.
say, isn't he the terrible person that we've talked about several times on this podcast?
Yeah, Norman doesn't
I'm
pay
gonna say
attention.
yes.
Obviously.
Yeah,
He's
that's
the
my
one
that's
that
my
does,
thing.
like,
That's my
the-
shtick.
I get the feeling like we do this for edutainment, and I get the feeling when we leave this room, all of us immediately
Flush.
forget whatever we talked about.
just flush it out.
Like, Norman, what can you tell me about the Texarkana Moonlight Murders?
God damn it! I knew you were gonna point that one out. No, I remember.
Except that BuzzFeed Unsolved put out their episode about it like immediately after we did.
Coincidence?
They're
I
watching
think
us.
not.
chance.
I remember there was a couple suspects.
There's a couple suspects.
Their Stanley Hotel little mini episode came out like 2 weeks after our
Did it?
mini episode.
Did you know they quit BuzzFeed and they're working on a contractor basis to finish out however many seasons they want to? But the show's potentially dead in the water.
Oh.
So you're
Well,
saying
that would
I
explain
probably
why
shouldn't
they
start
weren't
watching
really
it.
in the video. It was just like a girl that I didn't recognize.
Yeah. Anyway, so we're back. We hope you don't flush all this out of your head like we do.
I don't.
He was explaining. He said there was a couple suspects,
And it was a man with a sax, and that was pretty cool. And he was like,
It was
very
it was a
suspicious.
girl with a sax that got murdered.
No,
Well,
but
the guy
the
But then there was a guy
suspicious
with
man had
also a
saxophone, so
sax.
I'll
Thanks.
count
Come
it.
on, man.
I'll count it. I
I
appreciate
feel
that
like
you listened.
none of these are detailed enough to like convince me that you actually know what
I
happened.
am convinced enough that we can move on.
All I can think of is Jordan saying, "Bitches, you crazy."
Oh,
Well, that was a different episode.
That was a different episode, but you
And
know,
also,
That's not
that
even a
merch is
quote.
live
That
on
merch
both
is
of our
live.
merch shops. We're transitioning to Redbubble.
you're welcome for the second.
If you get it on
Redbubble.
Redbubble, it has a transparent background that looks a lot prettier. So, there you go.
Nice.
That's a little plug for our merch shop that I've been toiling over instead of editing our
My mom
outtakes.
asked for that for Christmas, and I totally forgot.
oh.
I do not have
thanks.
enough time.
I was actually going to buy a couple things off there, but
I actually really like our merch.
I do
It was
too.
pretty good.
I had to buy a car, so
Well, why'd you?
That's
Can
told
we
me
wrap
that.
it in Channel 3 and I'll collect a small royalty?
wait, you? Do I get anything?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
the
guess
car
You
that
get a
says
wrap
C3.
on your car.
So we'll talk about this later.
No, it's a joke. I don't. That sounds like a lot of work. I don't want to wrap a car.
I think we assumed it was a joke.
Did
Yeah.
you?
Yeah.
Okay. I have nothing to say. I'm not drinking, Emily. You can't do this to me. Let's go.
That's funny.
Let's go. Do we want to talk about special guests?
Bailey?
No,
I'm
The
always
supposed
special
host?
guest.
an actual special
Or
guest.
supposed not host?
Sure. Why don't you introduce our guest again? Even though she's been here like a few times.
Yeah, you've been on one?
This
Two.
is my third.
Really?
Yes.
I don't remember- Okay. Well, welcome back.
Thanks.
Never mind.
We have
I'm
a very
convinced Norman does
special.
not pay attention anymore.
no,
I don't know,
not at
man.
all.
I don't even know what I had for breakfast. Yeah, welcome back. We have the lovely Brittany back on the show to talk about.
Might put in a clap track there.
Yeah, that'll do.
Bailey's got us.
Yeah,
There we go.
no sound effects needed.
To talk about a very special topic tonight.
Very special. Yeah,
Yeah,
sure.
And I actually don't know what it is.
yeah. You probably. Well, I know. I feel like Emily probably.
I mean, the
I feel like
formula-
probably most everyone has.
The formula is we're not supposed to know what it is,
Yeah.
but usually Emily will get too excited and tell us, and Norm will start with a
That is
very
who I
pointed question
am.
and an open laptop facing everyone. So
With the third point. And the third point is always,
I don't. I feel like you're referencing something. I don't get it.
you.
I
I'm
don't get it.
referencing you.
Definitely
Oh.
do.
Like
God
your
damn it.
second or third episode that you did.
That
You
was a
put-
good episode. God
I
damn
was
it.
also here for that.
I'm not saying that it was a bad episode. I'm just.
Judging the quality of my content.
I didn't say
You
a
had
thing
3
about
bullet
your
points, and the
quality.
third one was
not your content, just
I
your
didn't say
research.
the content was bad, but
The research was
the
terrible.
research
The research.
was
But you know what? We got through it.
But on to somebody that does better research than I.
Hello.
Well, I don't see any notes.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh, she has notes.
I do.
Oh, dang it.
Yeah, so I'm actually really excited about this one because, I kind of asked you a little bit about it, but then I was like, no, don't tell me anything because I don't, I want this kind of to be
I guess it
a
depends on
surprise.
if
This
I
is more
deliver,
of a
right?
live react to a story than an actual informational thing that we do here. So
Should we have a
it's
camera
good to
on us
live
with jump
react.
cuts?
Yeah.
Lots of jump cuts, lots of over the top editing.
We have to have
And a
camera
misleading
for something.
thumbnail.
Yeah.
Ooh, misleading thumbnail. I like those.
It'll be this shirt that I'm wearing.
It's
has
very
gotten
misleading.
It's very misleading. So I'm wearing a polka dotted shirt, and it turns out I'm so pale that it looks like
I
the
didn't
white
find it
dots.
misleading.
I thought it was misleading, and I was like, "Oh
I mean,
no!"
You know, I looked in the mirror earlier, and I was like, and I know better. But I like it. I got it for $4 today.
Can't beat that.
It's a very nice fishnet shirt.
Fishnet.
Is this where I ask a leading question? No, this is where you ask a leading question.
I wasn't prepared to ask a leading question.
That's okay. That's someone else's formula. We can't take that. That would make us too similar to what we're directly copying.
Have you ever thought about eating people?
You know, for some reason, I've been asked that question a lot here
I've
lately,
asked her that
and I'm a
question.
little concerned.
I've asked that question 3 separate
Norm's
occasions.
really trying
Only
to plan
one
a
of them was related to this podcast. So
Norman, what
You
goes on in
actually
your life?
asked me that question a lot,
I know because I want to know.
and now I'm a little concerned.
The answer is
Anyway.
always the same.
That's
So tell me
okay.
about this thing.
So tell me about this thing. All right. I'm just going to jump into it.
Yeah.
Since
What are you very passionate about?
well, I'm not going to tell you exactly what it is.
Oh,
Just-
I
okay.
like video games.
Do you also have a
I didn't
basketball
like
game?
that you just looked at me like that.
Wrong
You,
podcast.
I was supposed to get a laugh. I forget you guys aren't drinking.
yeah.
I mean, I've had a few beers, so I'm good.
You've had 1.5. That doesn't count.
Yeah, true.
Me.
All right. I'm going to
We
start.
all could have had beers if Norman had told us.
Whoa.
You said you were leaving the bar in 10 minutes. That didn't give us enough time. But also, I would.
What? It definitely took us
We
much
said
more
9
time than
o'clock.
that.
Yeah, and then you said.
We
Okay.
literally
And then
arrived at like
hold on,
9.
hold on.
And then at 9 o'clock, you said,
We're
hey,
in the-
we're going to leave here in 10 minutes.
We're in the group chat and we all plan to meet up around 9. And then at 9, I'm like falling asleep on the couch. So I text Norman or everyone and I say, "Hey, what's the plan?" And Norman said, "Meeting up at 9, right?" It is currently 9. so then everyone else gets here and he texts, "Be there. We're leaving the bar in 10 minutes."
At this point,
at
it's like
9:10.
9:05, 9:10, yeah.
Yeah, and then so we're all just hanging out, watching videos and stuff, and then we get another text like, "All right, we'll be there around 9:50."
Wow.
To
Anyway,
be fair, I just
we're here
assumed,
now.
like, I gave you guys enough time to knock out the YouTube videos
You're the
and
one who
the end of whatever
Snuck in another
weird
round of
movie.
Smash.
I don't know what to tell
That's,
you, man.
yeah, that's a very fair thing for her to
just
say.
take
Whoa.
ownership of
The
your
end
actions.
of whatever movie.
Whatever.
That
movie.
was the end of Shaft 2019, and you put some respect on it. That was a fantastic movie.
My bad.
That was my movie of the year. Did Endgame come out this year? Shaft. All right.
Very passionate about Samuel L. Jackson.
It was so good.
I mean,
Like, I'm
can
not
you
even
blame
joking. I love that. I've seen it 4 times now.
I've seen the second half of it
Yeah.
once. and
In,
it was here
in
on this couch.
summary, it's Norm's fault that we have no alcohol. That's what I'm
I
taking
mean, I've
away
had
from
alcohol,
this.
so that's all that matters.
Oh, yeah. No.
Yeah.
Hey.
I think I'm the most upset by this.
Okay.
But only because you guys won't laugh at my jokes now. Not that I was going to drink, but...
Don't worry, I'll laugh. Next time you say a joke, I'll laugh. Don't
But
worry.
it's not going to feel good. I know it right now. It's not.
Yeah, you've already told her.
Yeah, that felt bad. Sorry, Brittany, you may continue.
All right. I'm going to start off by telling you about this guy named Robert Ben Rhodes, if anyone has ever heard of him.
Very
Rhodes.
cool name.
Robert Ben Rhodes. Sounds like a cool name until you realize that he killed 50 people. But
Nobody's perfect, all right?
That's a lot of people,
that's a lot of people.
but he might have had 50 good reasons. Let's hear the man out.
I don't know. I feel like maybe after like the 5th person, like you should start to catch on that like something ain't right with you.
I wonder when they stop adding time to a sentence.
What do
You
mean?
can serve
know?
several life sentences at once.
Yeah, well, there was that guy
can,
who
yeah.
he got a life sentence and then he briefly died in prison and they resuscitated him and he argued that
He's
he
like,
served his
that
sentence.
was my life sentence. I died.
Whoa.
Oh,
That's a real thing that
No.
happened like 2 weeks ago.
how'd that
Yeah.
work out?
I don't know.
I
hope
assume-
it's still in court.
Yeah, I would assume it would be.
Honestly, depending on the crime, big asterisk right there. Let him out.
There's a lot of people in prison.
I mean,
you know?
unless he's
Yeah.
like Robert Ben Rhodes who killed 50 people.
I mean, it
Or
can't
if
be
he, like-
that bad. What else?
he,
What
like-
else did he do?
What are the odds that you hit 50 and then you go to jail and then you die and you're like, you know what I really miss? Killing those 50 people. And you come out and just keep doing it. He'd probably come out, start a charity. Or we don't know.
I feel like, once you pass 10,
least.
that's your lifestyle.
Exactly.
10
it doesn't
feels a
matter
bit,
if you
like,
die in
much.
between.
Wake up.
Your
brush
lifestyle
your teeth,
has become
kill
murdering
a guy.
people.
Yeah.
Let's
What
just
about
move
this
on.
man?
Bob Ben Rhodes.
Bob
And just to
Ben
make
Rhodes,
sure,
for
factually, he had 50 reasons why he killed those people, right?
I'm
at
not going
least
to claim
one.
that's fact.
Okay. Oh, that was Tanner. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I guess if his reasoning is mental insanity, maybe. Anyway, so yeah, there's this guy named Robert Ben Rhodes. So Robert Ben Rhodes was actually a trucker during this time.
Of course.
Of course, right? So he is suspected of killing 50 people between 1963 and 1990. So that's a lot of time spent killing people.
Yeah.
Getting paid for it.
Maybe it was all
He's
self-defense.
definitely getting paid for it. He's a
Yeah, like
trucker,
30 cents to the mile.
right?
Truck stops
Is
are
that
scary
accurate?
places.
Something
Like,
like that.
maybe he
Okay.
was scared for his life 50 times.
By
That's
prostitutes?
That's what
Oh, is that the victim?
Scary.
what's
The
her-
victims.
That's what Eileen Warnos
Yeah.
said. She was a female serial killer, and she was like, they tried to kill me every single time, so it was self-defense.
Yeah,
She was
I've
like,
heard of that.
There's like 6 or 7 dudes
Yeah.
at least, so... or I don't know if that's... the
No,
number
Robert Ben
actually.
Rhodes was just a prostitute killer.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you know, the, I guess, famous term in truck stops, lot lizard.
Yes.
Yeah.
I know that from Always Sunny.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what they
yeah.
call prostitutes.
You've never heard
Lot
of lot
lizards?
lizard? Mm-hmm. It's prostitutes that hang around truck stops. They're called lot lizards. Anyway,
I was gonna make a
Robert
lizard
Ben
people
Rhodes
joke,
killed
but I
50
can't
of those
say it on
lot
anything.
lizards.
I'm not one to judge.
I mean, when you
but
say it like that,
man,
it doesn't
what a
sound too
life.
bad. It's like, oh, yeah, you just 50 lot lizards.
Sounds more like an
Fifty
exterminator.
Geckos.
Yeah, like,
That's how it starts. Killing geckos and then you start
Killing-
killing lot lizards.
oh, God.
Oh, man. Anyway, so Robert Ben Rhodes was
Stacking
only
up
the very
lizards and
opening.
Running over him with a bicycle.
No.
Wait, that was frogs, wasn't it?
It was frogs.
Yeah.
Oh. I don't even remember what that was.
I just know that, but I don't know why.
And then I
It's-
mentioned
we did
some
it on an episode
stacking
here.
frogs. Welcome to our recap of 2019 episode.
Anyway, sorry,
Gateway.
I interrupted.
No. Yeah.
I do that.
That's what he does.
You know, Robert Ben Rhodes is only the very opening to this. This is
I
like
don't
not
that
even.
that's what I do. I mean, it is what I do, but I don't.
You're literally doing it now.
Yeah.
Well, I. Well, I have nothing to say to that.
All right.
Okay.
So what's up with Robert?
So this isn't
Bobby.
actually the main point of the
Bobby.
story. It's just that Robert Ben Rhodes was the opening to this type of investigation. So he was a truck driver. He's famously known as the truck stop killer because
That's
he would.
a bit on the nose.
Creative.
It's not even creative.
It's not creative, but I mean, he would pick up these lot lizards. I'll call them prostitutes.
Please do.
Yeah,
Because
let's
it's just,
go with that.
It's like, it's not that bad.
Sex workers. Yeah, so he'd pick up prostitutes from these truck stops. He'd murder them and then he'd dump them somewhere along a highway. And so this actually sparked the FBI. They actually detected a pattern in 2004 of basically them finding all of these dead bodies along highways.
Yeah, that's
2004 is
that's
when
way
they
more
started
recent
looking.
than I would have expected.
Yeah.
This
Yeah.
was in the 70s until you said that.
Yeah, no.
But also, like, what a dumb idea. Because
Actually,
everyone knows where you're going.
no, that's actually not a thing. They don't. It's actually the perfect way to murder people.
Explain.
We'll get there.
Google knows where I'm going.
Well, now, but not in 2004.
You're right. I forgot 2004
Yeah,
was the Dark
2000
Ages.
The Dark Ages. So the FBI finally detects
thought they
this
were
in
all witches.
2004. And at first, they only find it along Highway 40 and Highway 35, which
Okay.
is like basically most of the Midwestern states. So they figure this out in 2004, but it wasn't until 2009 that they create this program called VICAP. And VICAP is known as the Violent Criminal Apprehension Program.
That's an unfortunate name because it sounds like a male enhancement drug.
It does.
It does. That's what I was gonna say.
And I
never
didn't want
thought
to
of it
interrupt,
that way,
but I
but-
totally get murdering people on 35. So
Yeah, I've lived along
Yeah.
there. I get that too.
Can
consider me desensitized.
Haha, traffic joke.
Man,
very topical.
what's the deal with airplane food? Right?
So they create this program called VCAP for short, and it basically is,
Isn't VICAP the whole thing for short?
you would think, but not
it
according to
short?
the internet.
Did they just
Not
dropped
short
the
enough.
I?
They literally did. They literally just dropped the I and called it VCAP.
We gotta find a way to
this
cut
is-
this down, guys.
It's the same number of syllables and everything. Like that seems just.
You know what?
5 letters
I
doesn't
didn't
fit
make
on a
the
shirt.
terminology. I don't know. I didn't research that part of it.
Whatever. I'm over that.
So essentially, this program is supposed to be a database of murders that happen along interstates and highways. And so it's basically police in different states collecting all of this information, and they're supposed to be putting it into this database, but it's 100% voluntary. So the database currently
So
has...
it depends on one guy in the office being willing to sit there and do it.
Exactly.
Oh,
and
man,
not
that
only that,
sucks.
but there's over 17,000 law enforcement agencies in this country.
You know they're all making Stanley do it, and Stanley's not having it.
Yeah. Stanley's like, I don't have time for this.
The comic book guy?
From The Office.
Oh.
Dang.
Not
Where
Stanley,
have you
not
been?
Stan Lee, because
Anyway,
Anyway, so this entire, thing sparks this documentary called The Killing Season. If anyone has ever seen The Killing
very
Season.
catchy. Way catchier than Truck Stop Killer.
Truck stop lizard.
Truck Stop
Lady
Killer,
murderer.
yes.
Okay, yeah, way catchier than that. See, I didn't even remember
would a
the
better,
other one.
would a
Lizard.
better name be Lot Lizard Killer?
Or the lot lizard lurker.
The Lot Lizard
Lot
Lurker!
Lizard Lurker.
No, I actually really like that Lot Lizard
That's
Lurker.
like the hashling slasher.
That's
I
not
don't know.
one line,
that's
I'm
the
going
point.
home.
It's like a little comical.
Maybe.
And the walls will ooze green slime. Oh, wait, they always do that. Anyway,
Lot Lizard Killer.
And
I'm watching SpongeBob when y'all leave.
no, the Lot Lizard Lurker.
Well, it's not official now, so
No, it's very official.
Oh, can we
Bailey
name
has
the
patented it.
episode that?
Yes,
Cool.
The Lot Lizard Lurker.
now
I
it is
like
official.
It is official. Anyway, the
Well, did
killing
he really
season.
lurk
Oh,
in the lot lizards, or did they lurk?
I
that's
bet
not
he
the
lurked
point,
in them.
Emily. The point is the alliteration.
No. I hear you.
All right. So again, the documentary, The Killing Season, is where we're at this point.
Missed opportunity.
Yeah. Missed opportunity.
I keep meaning to watch that
Lot Lizard
documentary. Does that
Lurker.
The
count?
Lot Lizard
Yeah.
Lurker. Oh, I see what you're saying. But then we couldn't have named this.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
really,
We're really
anyway.
the pioneers here.
Right.
Yeah, exactly. So anyway, The Killing Season comes out. And there's these two researchers named Josh Zeman, I guess is how you say his last name, and Rachel Mills.
Does he shorten that to Zeman just to be safe? Okay. I've peaked. I'm going home.
That was your peak.
That was it.
Oh man.
All right. So they make
expected
this
better.
documentary. And actually, the whole point of this documentary, in the end, it comes back to this idea of talking about Robert Ben Rhodes. But initially, they set out to actually make a documentary about the Long Island serial killer. Commonly known actually as Lisk, Long Island serial killer. Was the
Lisk?
famous
Again.
name.
That is a cool serial killer name.
Yeah.
What?
As long as
No.
you don't explain what it's
Lisk.
I don't know. It sounds like a supervillain. Is what I mean.
Oh, well, that was just the
It
acronym.
sounds like a
No. I know. But
symptom.
symptom of crazy.
from Liz?
Sure. Anyway, well, the whole point of this is that in Long Island, on Gilgo Beach, in 2013, they actually found 10 dead sex workers buried along the highway. So,
Yeah,
So
Bridget.
far, this sounds more like a mass murder than a serial killer.
well, at this
Although-
Mass
point,
murders all at once.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
they found them all at once.
What?
They
Yeah,
didn't.
it doesn't.
Just because you find the bodies all
Robert Ben
together doesn't
Rhodes
mean
Do
they
you think
would.
this guy's going to the same pit to dump these people like
Hey, it's
multiple
worked.
times?
It's worked the last 9 times.
For real, though.
Fair enough.
There's 10 dead bodies. Like, well, that and Robert Ben Rhodes ended in
imagine-
1990.
Hanging out, just, digging around. Maybe you're metal detecting or something, and then there's just 10 dead bodies.
No.
That's like literally exactly how it happens.
Awesome.
Yeah, and they find a dead body, and like police go out and start digging along this highway, and they're like, oh, there's actually 10 dead bodies. So that happens in Long Island. And so they're like basically talking about how they're trying to figure out who this killer is. And at the same time that they're doing this, they actually get information of a similar incident that has happened in Atlantic City, which I'm not exactly sure how far away Atlantic City is from Gilgo Beach or Long Island.
A
Couple
decent
hours.
amount.
Yeah.
Couple hours.
Yeah, but not like too much, like, I guess not
More
kill
than a
people.
little
Drive a
less
dead
than
body?
Area. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, essentially. So they discover that the same thing has happened in Atlantic City. Not only that, but they also discover that there's been a string of murders that have happened in Daytona Beach.
Man.
Yeah, that one.
Sorry,
makes sense.
that's the trifecta right there. Long Island, Atlantic City, and Daytona Beach.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm surprised that they were surprised that there were so many dead bodies in those 3 places.
Well, it wasn't even the place. It was that they were all along major highways and interstates.
Yeah. But it's
So-
in AC, Daytona Beach, and Long Island.
I mean, yeah, I'm sure people are dying there all the time. But
Oh, no, those are all Florida. That's the best way to say it.
all Florida.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
Even though they're not, they're Florida.
Oh,
Yeah, okay.
Florida man.
I see what you're saying there. But anyway, so they eventually make the connection, or at least think that they're making the connection that, like, damn, these all seem similar. Like, we all have, like, they find around 10 bodies in each location. They're all sex workers. They've all been reported missing from certain family members. And a lot of them have connections with, like, being addicted to some type of drug. So basically people that... I
That
mean,
could
this
have
is
reasonably overdosed alone.
not only that, but commonly lot lizards.
Yes.
Wait.
There's
hold on.
It's a hard to distinguish between a basic prostitute and a lot lizard.
Wait, just to clarify, you said they could have overdosed alone and then buried themselves?
No.
Yeah.
All in the same
Well,
area?
No,
to
but
go
that would be an
missing.
All in the
explanation
same
for them
area.
going missing.
So they wouldn't
Yeah.
necessarily
Okay.
go to
Okay.
investigate.
So they went
Yeah.
missing, and yeah. So they went missing, and although their families reported them, police were just like, well, they were, drug taking prostitutes, whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, that kind of thing, because that happens. They're all,
Let
at
it
least,
get up to 10 and then we'll look into it.
Yeah,
Oh, shit.
at least 600 of these victims are a part of VICAP.
600?
Yeah, because they not only keep track of the possible serial killers, but they also keep track of all of the possible victims.
When did we go from... How did we get
So
to
50 to
600?
Well,
Yeah,
so
that's
like
what I'm saying,
600.
victims?
In the database.
Oh, okay. Like total.
We're not talking about Robert Ben Rhodes anymore, if that's what you're
No,
like.
no.
Okay.
Just like in those 3 places,
Just-
600 is
No, in
excessive?
Yeah, Robert-
in the
Might say.
VICAP system. So
Okay.
VICAP is a national
Well,
system.
but you
I'm still
forgot
gonna say it.
part of that was Florida.
I'm
so.
still going to
Yeah.
say it. 600 is still excessive.
It is. It's a big number. Not only that, but like they have the number of 275 possible serial killers that they know are just out, in our nation,
At any given time.
just
That's
like hanging out.
More than I would have expected, like, total.
Yeah,
Ever.
no. And
A lot of them
that's
don't get
just
caught.
what's being reported.
But also to be a serial killer,
And
you only have to
VICAP.
have like 3 or 4 in a row. And sometimes it's personal. So,
Well, and a big problem is like these police departments aren't communicating with each other. So when they have these mass murders or they find all of these bodies, there's no indication that in any way that these murders are linked. They're just individually
Interesting.
investigating. And, then there's, VICAP. That's, this voluntary database.
It's making
that's
an effort.
Just kind of like hanging out there, not actually making connections.
good thought,
Just
bad
cool.
execution.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Essentially. But there's actually this group of people. If you've heard of cyber sleuths,
Yes.
yeah.
We did it, Reddit.
What?
What? Yeah,
What?
I don't know. That was too quick. I don't know.
I said we did it, Reddit.
Oh.
Ha
Gotcha.
Ah.
So
Poop Troop is recorded in front of a live audience.
yeah, so
That's my one per episode.
your one per episode.
Sure.
All right.
Okay, Jules.
Family Guy reference. My one per episode. I won't do any more.
Oh.
I don't know Family Guy well enough.
What?
Well, you're
Okay,
good. That
well,
was the one.
that's-
So
That's the
It's
one.
fine.
All
There we
right.
go.
The one I need to
Moving
know.
on.
Moving on. So yeah, there's Cyber Sleuths. And so again, we're talking about Josh and Rachel who are making this documentary, and they start out
Josh and Rachel.
Josh and Rachel, yes.
Sounds
and
like a bad ABC sitcom.
That's what I'm saying.
they kind of just have generic white people names.
Yeah.
It's what happens. But anyway.
Sorry, Josh.
Not Rachel, though.
Not really.
No, I'm shouting
Yeah.
out the Josh that I know personally.
Ah. I mean, my name is Emily. It's like the most basic of white girl
Oh,
names.
that's where you're going with. I
That's
was
where
like,
I was
I don't think you're Josh.
No.
I just happen to also know a Josh
All right.
as well as
I'm
you.
bringing us alcohol next time.
Okay. Is that all it took to not have to buy the alcohol? That's nice. I'm going to do this every other episode now.
Not make good jokes.
Oh.
Ooh. Ooh. I didn't get an ostrich laugh. That was a genuine chuckle. Okay.
It's because he's drunk and you're not.
Cyber sleuths.
Cyber
Half
Sleuths.
beers, baby.
Yeah, so there's like this online community of like these amateur investigators called Cyber Sleuths. And so Josh and Rachel actually find out about like this
My
community.
favorite couple on Friends. Sorry, I'm done now.
They find out about this community and they actually discover this website called Backpage.
Okay.
I don't think I like that.
Yeah, so Backpage is essentially this website where mostly women go on. They're mostly prostitutes, and it's like
Norman's switching to incognito mode.
Backpage.com. Yeah. So it's basically prostitutes where they advertise themselves.
Would you like to share
Seeing
with the
some
class?
spicy material?
I had to look it up. Backpage.com and affiliated websites has been seized. And a bunch of different seals are on there as of April 6th, 2018.
And now you're
That's
on
recent.
a list.
Meh.
He's on
Why
incognito
not?
mode.
So
It's cool.
all of this happened
just
before
wanna be wanted.
2018.
Cool.
But so cyber sleuths were actually using Backpage because they were beginning to notice that a lot of prostitutes who were posting to Backpage were actually disappearing.
Yeah, that's why they were on.
Yeah. Yeah. So it was actually the cyber sleuths who allowed Josh and Rachel to make the connection between the Long Island serial killer, the Daytona Beach serial killer, and the Atlantic City serial killer. And so the idea
Those
behind
names are
this,
lame.
well,
Just
you know,
lame.
police don't get too fancy with.
They should.
They should, but
They should get more English majors in the police force.
they just need to hire
I gotta
Bailey.
chuckle.
I mean, I was real impressed with that whole lot lizard lurker. Like that was good.
I got
He's
It
good
was-
for
it was
stuff.
on the fly.
vault of them.
A whole vault. Yeah.
Why?
You need your serial killer name.
Back pages.
Well, you can't. It's seized.
It's seized.
Sure.
Anyway. So Daytona Beach, for some reason, I didn't write down how many were found at Atlantic City. I think that was just way too many
At
to actually.
two.
At least
I'm just
two.
gonna say it.
At least two.
Yeah.
I'm going to go on a limb and say at least 3.
Oh.
Damn, change the game. Mm-hmm. Yeah. But I do
I'm
know
not going
Daytona
out on a limb.
Beach, they found 4 women.
Okay.
Oh, okay. So actually, 3 might be just about right.
Yeah, well,
Just
dead
about
on.
right, yeah, to be considered a serial killer. So, actually, the Daytona Beach killer was famously known as the Eastbound Strangler.
See, that's what I need.
Oh, that's
I
great.
mean, it's still kind of lame, but like better.
What is it?
The Eastbound Strangler.
Strangler?
Because it was all East Florida. and he strangled all of his victims.
I got a question.
Yes.
Do you think? I feel like
Are you gonna make an
Wait, the
eastbound and
east
down joke?
no.
Oh, okay.
I feel like we instead of giving like these killers like really cool names, just give them really bad nicknames, like just like
Wasn't that a
terrible.
tweet?
I don't know. I'm not on Twitter, so
Oh, you're right. So this joke. Sorry. Continue with
No,
your
this
joke.
is. I mean,
Wasn't that
Yeah.
a TikTok?
oh, shit, you got me. No, like just give them really bad, degrading names, like the little boy. Oh God, never mind.
Yeah, that
You
is
can't come up with
Come on,
anything
and
offensive that won't offend anybody.
Like the piss boy guy that murders people. Yeah, it's like that's not me.
Murders people?
Shitty asshole guy.
Yeah, shitty asshole guy. I'm like, oh, I don't want to be that murderer.
shitty asshole guy. You know, actually, a lot of serial killers have given themselves their own nicknames.
And then take that away. Nah, you're not that.
Sincerely, the Zodiac.
And BTK.
Most of them, I feel like.
Yeah.
Jack.
Isn't that
Yeah.
that K-pop band?
That's what I was.
That's
gonna say.
No, BTK means
Bye.
bound, torture, kill.
Yeah.
Real talk. I was also like,
No, that's B2K.
no, that's you're
No,
thinking
BTK
BTS.
is different.
B2K is
There was B2K too, though.
well, yeah.
All right.
I
Is
don't
this
know
3
that-
bands or 2? I'm lost
It's
now.
2 bands and 1
them's
serial
One
killer.
of them's a
There's-
killer.
More than 20 people in this group. Anyway,
Anyway,
Wow.
I don't even know where we came
Good
off from
work,
that. Oh, yeah, the
team.
Eastbound Stranglers.
my bad.
Eastbound Stranglers.
Eastbound
I
Stranglers,
think that
where
was
we
on
were
me,
coming off
actually.
of that.
My favorite mixtape.
Eastbound.
Unfortunately-
That's
Like-
my favorite K-pop band.
They didn't give a nickname for the Atlantic City, like, serial killer. I don't know why.
Because it's Atlantic City.
Okay.
It's just that guy.
Just that guy.
Yeah, it was him.
I mean, I feel like the same could be said about Florida, right?
True.
Florida man doesn't kill.
Eastbound Strangler does.
He
Yeah.
absolutely does. He ate a man's face.
He usually gets killed.
Yeah, but he didn't. Did that man die?
I don't remember.
I would want to die if my face was just eaten.
Don't.
I mean,
Our-
for a while.
Bath salts, kids.
Yeah.
It'll
Or
grow,
less
it'll
Once
grow
a
back.
day.
Back to the
What?
question. Would you do it?
Anyway, somewhere
Going through
along
his
all
hands
of that
up, as if to
conversation,
It's not that bad.
That's not the best.
If I had to pick a part, face wouldn't be where I go.
no.
Well, it's got. Never,
I agree.
It's got to be like.
Stop.
It's got to be tender, right? Like very.
Yeah, there's also
There's not much meat.
Yeah,
Yeah,
not,
not
at
much
all.
meat,
And then
but
also-
that's where
okay.
it's probably the best.
there's several body parts that are gonna be tender and have
Ooh.
more meat though.
But
I'm
something.
not going to make a joke, but I could have.
Ooh.
Did you watch Llamas with Hats?
Yes.
Remember the part
No.
where he gets Carl a bunch of faces?
Oh, I do
Yeah.
watch that.
And he's
Yes.
like, "Oh, you don't like faces? I thought you liked faces." That's
Damn.
my bad. That's
Yeah.
on me.
That's on me. Yeah.
Okay. Well,
Yeah.
That was
I just wanted to bring it up.
Look, I just want to clarify. I don't eat people.
I
Not
don't
yet.
know. I'm not convinced that you don't.
He's testing the waters. Just to see how we would react if he one day came in like, guys.
If
So-
Does
anybody,
happen.
if anybody has played Fallout New Vegas, I am the White Glove Society.
Oh, okay. Are they like super against eating people?
No, they're super for it.
Oh, okay.
Not that I am though.
I mean,
Oh,
No,
okay.
you just admitted that you were.
No. You misunderstand.
So I went down
please
you're
continue.
too ready to eat people is the problem.
I went down a Reddit rabbit hole the other day. Actually, this has been like 2 years. But someone posted an anatomical drawing of a thumb with no skin.
No.
And someone in the comments was like, "Man, why does that thumb look so tasty?" And so it turned into a bunch of links. But long story short, there was a guy in Germany who met a guy online who was like, "Hey, I don't want to be alive anymore." And he was like, "Dude, I've always wanted to eat someone." And so
I remember.
Oh, I remember this.
yeah, and so they hung out. They both ate some arm, and then he killed him and ate the rest of him. And the police were like, "You can't do that." And he was like, "He said it was fine."
He probably should have got written
I don't-
consent.
I don't know how that ended. Maybe
I don't remember either because I feel like they ended up.
I feel like the punishment was minimal if there was one. Like he
Yeah.
ate a
Community
guy, but-
service.
Yeah,
from what I understand, as long as you have the consent of somebody, you can eat them.
I don't.
But
it's illegal to kill someone. It's not illegal to eat someone.
yes, right. But also,
Yes.
it's like illegal to
But it's
eat someone
illegal
without their
to-
permission.
Yeah.
But, like,
Wouldn't you
if-
need that
if
in
I-
writing?
No. Right now, if I was like, hey guys,
If we
I
wanted
don't
to grill
really-
up some
you know,
fingers together,
yeah.
and I was willing to bite
Or
the
like, hey,
bullet,
guys,
like
I'm
it'd be
right-handed.
fine.
But like he
I only need
eventually
one of
ate this
these.
entire
You can
person,
have my-
Well,
you
that-
can have
which
yeah.
my
means
arm.
this person
That's a
is
separate
dead.
charge.
Let's do it.
I'm just
Man,
saying,
why does
written
that thumb
consent.
look so tasty?
That's not-
I'm gonna Google that thumb.
I'll try to find it for you.
God.
What is that? That looks.
Anyway,
Well, that's strayed.
I digress.
So the Atlantic
Why
City
does
Killers, no
that
nickname,
thumb?
No nickname,
tasty.
but we
thumbs
have
up.
Lisk and we have the Eastbound Strangler. I do know that in Atlantic City, all of the women that were found were also strangled. And I'm pretty sure most of the sex workers that were found in Long Island were also strangled.
I googled why does that thumb look so tasty.
Oh,
The top post is scientists have figured out what makes Indian food so delicious.
What? Why is that correlated?
Also,
Bailey's typing Reddit thumb.
Anyway, and talking about these three seemingly separate at the time murders.
I remember.
Oh, okay.
Strangling. no, it pertains to the topic.
Okay.
I don't know. Like, finding the bodies together, yes. Suspicious.
Yes.
Finding just some people separately that are strangled. Like, strangling someone is one of, like, the least creative ways to kill somebody.
Yes.
So.
Well,
so
the big part of this is that they were all found along major highways and interstates.
Sure, but again, like, in the States, you go 10 feet, you see a highway. I feel like
Not
there's
where
just
I'm
not
from.
a lot of... Fair enough. But, like, in those big cities, like, there's highways everywhere.
Well,
So...
I haven't gotten to like
Okay.
finish. So maybe it'll make more sense.
Okay. Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Okay.
I'm ready.
Yeah, okay. So the whole gist of that conversation was that we have 3 of these mass murders. They're all found along major highways and interstates. And so people are just like, this seems interesting. Oh,
This is just a gecko. This is unrelated. Completely.
geckos and lot lizards. I wouldn't say it's unrelated.
It's the Geico gecko.
Oh, well, maybe a little bit. Yeah.
Oh, it got weirder.
Everyone, I don't know. I feel like everyone's too distracted by these thumbs. I feel like we got to get this thumb out of the way.
No,
Like,
I'm-
terrible pictures. Stop
I'm done.
looking at that. It was a drawing, not a real thing.
I feel
Okay.
like Tanner made it up.
Okay,
It kind of looks like a chicken.
I will find it. Did you find it?
Stop.
Oh,
No.
that's the one.
Oh.
Oh, that doesn't look
That is
delicious
not a
at all.
drawing.
Little chicken leg.
The drawing.
No!
I don't.
That makes all of
I
my
wish
phalanges
I could
hurt.
go back in time to a minute ago when I hadn't
didn't see
seen
it. Yes.
all of the related results as well.
Well,
For
my
our-
search only turned up a guy who said, I asked for a piece of my own amputated leg to eat. So,
Ooh, also disturbing.
For
I'm
our,
intrigued. Did he get it?
I don't know. I didn't read it.
Oh.
For our
Update us.
listeners, if you're curious on what we're looking up, just type in D glove.
That's what
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
That's how I found it.
Don't
Yeah.
do it. It's
Don't
disturbing.
do it. Just take
Uh,
that.
D-glove.
Just think about
Safe
that.
for work search turned off.
Think
Yes.
about it, and then go.
NSFL.
I don't need to see that today.
Okay. I don't
And
know how
then-
much of
But
this
it
is going
does
to
look
get
kind
cut.
of tasty.
I was anticipating like a drawing. Not
Yeah, you
like
said a drawing. That was not a drawing.
not
Well, I
an
said it was a
actual-
couple of years ago.
not an actual thumb.
That still feels like an actual thumb is a lot more. I'm not.
To me,
Like,
no.
that is ingrained in my brain.
How did we get here?
I think I've seen that.
I
picture
don't
before,
really
though.
remember.
Well, I drove me and Bailey.
We're definitely on a list.
Not dog lovers.
Talk lovers. Please continue your story.
It would be kind of cool. If they
Yes,
cleaned
I'm
it
over
up and
18.
Let him live with the bone fingers.
Ew.
There's a little skeleton hand. That'd be pretty dope,
But then
actually.
it doesn't even have.
Oh, there's
like,
a whole subreddit for this.
It doesn't
No,
have,
okay, we're getting off.
anything
This is
going
I'm
on.
cutting it here.
All right.
No, wait. I have one more comment.
Oh,
if he
God.
had like a little bone thumb, like the muscles are gone that hold it
Yeah,
together.
he
so
would
it
have
just,
no
It would
opposable
literally
thumb.
just fall off though. Like it would. The bones aren't even connected.
Well, you still have
Hey, Bailey,
cartilage in between.
You want to know my favorite rap group?
But that's.
to keep your joints together
Bone,
for at least
thumbs,
some
and
time.
harmony.
But I feel like you could just have that out.
Oh, no, I feel like you wouldn't be able to either.
So I
That's a face.
I wasn't listening, and I don't think I wanna.
That was a face
Yeah.
without a face.
Oh no!
I'm cutting it. All right. Get back on track.
This is
is
the
gross.
worst we've ever done.
Y'all terrible.
Yeah, I'm so distraught by all of this.
Okay, we're back on track.
That man's
Whoa.
gonna need a little bone sauce.
I have something to do after this now.
Now what?
Oh, why do you want to?
I need to find this thread
Oh, goodness.
about the German guy.
No,
Oh,
no,
the
do
German
not
guy.
show me anything. Oh,
We're back.
unfortunately.
I don't even know where we left off. Okay.
I'm not gonna interject.
So,
Fingers, I
we
guess.
have fingers. You know, fingers actually have nothing to do with this story. All
Well,
of these
you need-
women were
you need
strangled.
You need
Can I-
fingers to strangle.
That's very true.
I actually do have a question about what was his name? The first guy?
Bob.
Robert Ben Rhodes?
Yeah, Robert Ben Rhodes. So I know it's like pretty. I mean, I thought it was pretty common that like serial killers typically kind of like keep something or like some kind of like. Did he ever?
He actually kept some articles of clothing, and that's really one of the initial ways that he got caught was people had found some clothing of women in his truck that he, I guess, kept for a souvenir. I don't really want to know what he was doing with those clothing.
Interesting.
Making a scarecrow.
Yeah, let's go with that.
This is the safe for work edit of this episode.
making a scarecrow.
But he is actually so he kind of Robert Ben Rhodes kind of prompted this whole idea of what's actually called, which is what I was getting to, but let's just go there. What's called the long haul murderers. And so long haul murderers are essentially
Did you just get injured by a cat?
That
Yes.
sounds like a band of like after work dads.
the long haul murderers.
Yeah. like one of their wives made them all jackets and now they ride around on weekends.
Y'all ever see Roadhogs?
Wild hogs?
Wild Hogs.
That-
Yeah.
Roadhogs.
That's exactly what I was picturing.
Yeah, well, actually, long haul murderers are actually truck drivers that use their job as truck drivers to actually be serial killers.
Very cool.
Yeah. So essentially what I was
Logical
getting
response.
to talking about this documentary is that since they noticed that so the Long Island killings, the Daytona Beach killings, and the Atlantic City killings all were happening along major interstates and highways. And we already had this, VICAP database, but they actually ended up talking to this investigative journalist named Thomas Hargrove. And Thomas Hargrove does a lot of fancy computer work. I don't know enough about computers
He
to
knows how to
actually
use
know.
Excel.
Exactly. There you go. But he was actually starting to collect his own database of homicides across the country.
Quick question. Why?
He was an investigative journalist
Okay.
who was like,
Okay.
Yeah.
That reasonable answer.
yes. So he knew about the VICAP system, and he knew about the
He's a
fragments.
trucker with a lot of free time.
There you go. Looking for his next lead. But he understood about the fragmented law enforcement system, and he was just like, whoa, something has to be done about this. So essentially, he was a cyber sleuth for a little bit, but he actually created a murder accountability project. And what he did is he created like algorithms based off of data that he collected, and he's actually able to detect patterns in murders that have actually been helped solve serial killing cases. So, like, he can
Interesting.
he can detect certain patterns and murders that are happening in consolidated places, and he's actually helped police agencies capture serial killers. But anyway, what he discovered when he was collecting this data and creating this database was that there was actually approximately 5,000 murders that were going unsolved every year. And the majority of these murders were of prostitutes that were found along highways and interstates. And,
Gotta love the American justice system.
oh yeah, right?
I bet they caught every college kid with a dime bag, though.
Right? Yeah.
All right. I'm done.
Not every wink.
That's what I was gonna say. But my mom listens.
But
She drove me to a dispensary in Colorado last time we were there.
nice.
What a cool mom.
Yeah.
She's the best. She was very disappointed. She let me know, but she still drove me.
Well,
I'd rather you do it in the house. All right.
Doesn't sound like her at all.
Sounds like John Mulaney's mom.
It does.
Whatever the
Yes.
bit was. Yes.
All right. Yes, now everyone knows we steal all of our jokes from John Mulaney.
Yeah. I think anyone knew already.
So anyway, 5,000.
yeah. So that's actually approximately less than 2/3 of murders every year are solved.
Cool.
I'm gonna go ahead and say it. Not ideal.
Yeah, not great.
Yeah, yeah. So again, most of these murders are the unsolved murders are these basically women who disappear, and police departments don't take it very seriously because they're prostitutes. They have a history of drug use. But they're all being found along these major highways and interstates. And so going back again, talking about, so The Killing Season still, this is the documentary with Josh and Rachel. They actually get into contact with this man named Jones Roberts Williams.
My
Jones
dad
Roberts
always said,
Williams.
never trust a man with 2 first names. I don't know his stance on 3,
Yeah,
but I feel like
definitely 3.
That man
less.
wears a powdered wig.
What about me?
100%. You cannot convince me that he doesn't.
Well, I mean, unless you saw him, then maybe that'd be convincing.
No.
Nope.
Oh,
That's not
okay.
him.
Not him?
No.
It's not real. Okay. That's fair. Anyway, so they talked to this Jones Roberts Williams.
Excellent.
Yes. And so Jones Roberts Williams is actually in prison because he was actually also a truck stop killer.
Oh, okay.
So
Do
there,
you think they took the powdered wig?
that's very true. He is in prison.
those
So
are
maybe his
contraband.
powder wig's just been confiscated.
That's considered contraband, so
Yeah.
Is it?
Probably.
I've decided.
What's that
You could
powder?
definitely- you could-
powdered wig.
You think you can buy a new one? Like at
In
the,
jail?
I
Yeah.
feel like commissary probably doesn't have powdered wigs.
I don't know.
But
we
you
need someone.
can
We
order
need someone
things
to tell
from
us.
GameStop.
How many? What? No. How many cartons of cigarettes for one powdered wig?
Oh, he's going black market for his powdered wig.
I feel like he'd have to. Something
know.
tells me that maybe powdered wigs are hard to come by, so I'm going to assume that they're worth a lot of packs of cigarettes.
And they're not very high. You know.
I feel like you can make your own. In prison, you can make your own pretty easily.
Powdered wig?
Yeah, out of what?
That's true.
Other
I mean,
people's
mop.
hair.
Oh.
the guys at
some baby
Alcatraz
powder.
made like heads out of paper.
They also made a
yeah.
raft. You should mention.
Oh.
Well, didn't the raft disintegrate?
Maybe they were never found.
So they didn't make a good raft.
Mythbusters did that one, right?
They did. Well, they did a duct tape boat. Well, I think they might have also done Alcatraz, but they did a duct tape boat from Alcatraz.
A duct tape boat.
Yeah, it was a boat made of duct tape.
I wouldn't get into that boat.
It sounds like
It
a
was
new
their
age
job.
alternative.
It was either
And
that
also
or
they
life
had, like,
in prison.
a bunch of other boats
So
near it. And Alcatraz is not ideal,
great.
But that water's cold.
Yeah. I
Water's
don't know if I'd
cold,
want to freeze to death.
but that tells you how much they hated Alcatraz. But that's
That's true.
That's neither here nor there.
That's fair, though.
Lot lizard
Yeah.
murders.
Yes.
Lot lizard lurkers. Yeah, so Jones Roberts Williams
Yes.
is where we're at. So,
The very idea.
you know, I'm never going to be able to think of this documentary now without thinking of Jones Roberts Williams with a powdered wig.
I'm picturing a strong, plantation owner with a inbred jawline.
it's like there's definitely like I could see like a painted picture
Yeah.
Yeah.
with him not looking pleased at all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't even matter what he actually looks like at this point.
No. Nah, I got him.
He has no real identity other than the strong plantation owner with a powdered wig.
Yes.
Yes.
Who happens to murder people at truck stops?
Yeah, but lifestyles, man.
Anyway.
So they actually get into contact with him, which is the only actually long haul murderer that they're actually able to talk to. The only one who's really willing to admit it. And this is actually where they get the terminology, the long haul murder. And he actually talks about how truckers actually have these kind of rings that they're a part of, and they'll actually
I'm intrigued.
Okay.
yeah, they'll actually kidnap prostitutes.
Oh, less intrigued.
They will join up together
Still
and
intrigued.
Well,
Yeah.
intrigued, not into it anymore. I'm not into it because I was
Oh,
into it
okay.
at first.
I mean, not fun rings for people that they're murdering, but like for them, it's pretty cool. It's like a club.
Do they have cool jackets?
It's all about building a sense of
if they have
community.
cool jackets and
Yeah,
back
exactly.
Yeah.
They didn't talk about cool jackets, but maybe.
Well, they need to get their priorities straight.
I lettered in prostitute murdering this semester.
Yeah, something tells me their priorities are actually murder.
I just imagine one of they got jackets. Like one of the haulers gets caught. It's like, how'd you find me? Well, you're wearing the jacket, man. I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah.
Your jacket says long haul murderer.
Yeah, they all have their serial killer names on the front of their jacket and then the logo on the back.
Damn, that wasn't our
Man.
best idea.
Just imagine
Damn it,
their
they're cool.
pictures. They'd be adorable.
Like, they have to do this now, though.
It's like how those country boys take pictures with deer.
Yeah.
All right, now that
No.
now I'm
No, I'm
sad.
taking the mic away.
Now I'm sad. So, yeah, man, I have to look at his name. It's so crazy. Jones Roberts Williams
Yes.
is talking about how these truckers have
Wait,
these.
sorry. One more comment
Oh,
about
here
his
we
name.
go.
How come all of his names are plural?
Jones Roberts Williams. That is a good question.
Jones. Williams.
Just from like hearing his interview, something tells me he doesn't come from like the greatest background.
Can
Probably.
you
No, I kind of assumed
Comes
by
from a
the truck
long
driver
line
serial
of-
killer.
tell me
But-
about his interview?
In terms of, I mean, I'm getting ready to tell you what he's talking
Oh,
about.
but Emily interrupted you. I'm so sorry.
No,
Oh,
Yeah.
that was a
shame.
very good comment, and you all know it.
It was factual.
It is factual.
was concise.
His names, all of them, are
Also,
all plural.
I'm picturing this entire interview taking place via Telegram. Okay.
Is it the patterned wig?
Beep 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 beep. Oh, really? Rings?
Hi, Marty. So he's talking about these rings of truckers. They essentially go to these different truck stops. They kidnap prostitutes, and then they all come together at a single truck stop, and they basically like trade out girls and talk about like all of the people that they've killed in between. And it's like generally a club of just like truckers who
Was it-
That
kill
goes
prostitutes.
to show how lazy people working nights at truck stops must be.
For real. Like, women
'Cause-
are literally being
At
traded.
the same time, though, have you seen a truck driver that didn't intimidate you at least a little?
I can't say that I have.
Fair point.
Yeah.
Yes.
Was it at a Bucky's? Because I
that
feel
was
like
not
it was
the
at a
answer
Bucky's.
again.
You feel, well,
You can't bring trucks into Bucky's.
Just
you
here
know,
to,
they
There's
didn't
signs
give...
everywhere.
here to swap girls and get some beaver nuggets.
I mean, two birds, one stone. Anyway, yeah. Yeah, so they have like these like essentially clubs where they just like bring a bunch of prostitutes they've kidnapped. They like talk about like the prostitutes they have, like
Do they have
who
a
wants
secret
who.
handshake?
I doubt it. But
What's the point?
Yeah,
if you're gonna
and-
have a secret
Saturdays,
club, you
my
gotta have a secret handshake.
you know, something tells me they don't think about it quite that way.
They should.
But you know, what do I
They
know?
should use their. I'm just saying they obviously have some creative prowess. They should use it for good. At
By
least some
creating
of
a
it. At
handshake?
least get some secret handshakes. Make some T-shirts.
How do you think it started? Like how do you even?
I don't. How do you approach someone and just like, yo?
Hey, have you ever murdered a prostitute?
Hey, man.
You know these two illegal activities?
If it came down
it
to
once?
it, would you be willing to eat another person?
Just testing the waters.
He's like, that's a good joke. Yeah, never mind. We don't.
Yeah,
need to
yeah,
talk
totally,
about
yeah. Yeah, but would you?
I can't.
Is this why my packages are always late? Is it because of this?
Possibly. They're too busy killing.
They got to swap girls
Yeah.
first before they deliver.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
They gotta, have their weekly meeting first to swap
I
women.
pay for Prime. They shouldn't be
It's
doing
like
this.
Amazon charge.
Please don't sue us.
Just Jeff Bezos will be waiting outside after this.
Yeah. He already
Have you
knows.
seen him? He's built. He could beat all of us up at once.
He
Is
literally
he?
could.
Yeah.
He very
it's
much
kind of
is.
crazy.
He's
I
gotten
mean,
bigger.
He can
Yeah.
afford personal trainers and health advisors.
But why though?
Why
If you're
can't he
that-
afford hair then?
Hey
Elon
man,
Musk
nothing
did.
wrong with that.
All right, you did it by choice. Classy.
yeah, maybe he
This
is, too.
man could get Elon Musk. Look at Elon Musk.
Yeah.
Like Bailey said.
You got hair plugs?
I think he actually just stopped coding and his hair grew back on its own.
No, he paid for hair plugs, dude.
Hair plugs.
Anyway,
Let's start a conspiracy either way
Of hair plugs?
of Elon Musk. Yeah,
No, he did.
about his hair. No, I believe you,
True.
but what if it wasn't? We could start that.
I mean, it's
I'm just
It's already been
brainstorming.
started.
Okay.
It's pretty wild that these truck drivers are just kind of meeting up and just like
back to the topic.
Yeah.
Anyway, back to the
Yeah.
dead prostitutes.
So Josh and Rachel having this interview with Joan Roberts Williams. All plural.
I'm
Josh
sensing
and Rachel
an
and
undercover
Joan-
sting coming up.
and Jones and Roberts.
that's not
and
5
some
people.
Williams.
That's only 3.
It's literally
No,
only 3 people.
Plural.
Right.
I don't think it's plural. It sounds more possessive to me.
Jones Roberts Williams.
Where is it at?
No, but
Yeah.
okay, no.
On the end
Here
of
it
the
is.
S or, like,
So
before the S?
there's several Williams, but
But Robert owns them, and,
and then
Jones owns Robert.
Joan.
Joan owns Robert.
Yeah, who owns the several Williams
So by transitive properties, he owns all the Williams.
as well? Yes,
Okay.
Wow.
Damn. So much in one name.
but we got it. We figured it out.
Vsauce,
We
Tanner
cracked
here.
the code.
Just another mystery we've solved.
We are killing it this year.
All right, guys, I feel good about this. I think we can.
Case closed. Yeah, so I don't even remember where I was going with that.
Oh, great.
We were talking.
They were talking.
They were
Josh
talking.
and Rachel and Jones.
Yeah, so they were interviewing Jones Roberts Williams. I'll say it again. And he was, essentially telling them that he knew who all of the murderers, in terms of the Long Island killings, the Daytona Beach killings, and the Atlantic City killings were. Because he knew them all personally, because they traded prostitutes and, killed prostitutes together. So,
But I bet
a
that
Saturday
bond-
night with the boys.
exactly.
Bet that bond is
Like
ironclad,
Pokemon
though.
cards.
You know?
Well,
Oh,
he
you-
actually
nope, never
did
mind.
give the name.
Oh man, you got
Hold on, we got a name, guys.
what?
We got a name.
So he gave the name,
Joan
and
squealed.
unfortunately, the documentary
Oh.
would not
I
release
thought
the
that was the
name of
name.
this individual. And I think it's because this individual is still under investigation.
Oh,
Well,
okay.
and then also innocent until proven guilty.
Yes.
You don't want to send a mob after the wrong person. Once again,
Wow.
we did at Reddit.
Yeah.
Bringing that back into the...
Yes. So they would not release the name of this individual, nor his actual face.
What about a fake face?
I'm imagining
Well, they showed pictures, and his face was blurred out.
handlebar mustache, trucker hat,
I mean, yeah,
couple extra pounds.
Sleeveless shirt.
just
Yes.
yeah,
Powdered
powdered wigs, essential. Yes, man. No, they
We
don't.
have- we've
They
cracked
don't even
it.
need. They don't even need matching jackets. They all need powdered wigs.
Matching powdered wigs.
Matching powdered
Yeah,
wigs.
all right,
Also
I'm
with
back
the
on
logo.
board.
Yeah. There you go. Yeah.
Trucker hats on top of the powdered wigs.
It's one of those novelty hats you buy at a gift shop that has the hair built into it, and
Yeah.
it's just powdered wig and trucker hat.
I feel like
Look out for that.
we
on our
definitely
merch
need to
shop.
make those now. Yeah, that should be a thing. Anyway.
Anyway,
Anyway.
Anyway,
So the whole idea of that is just, I mean, if you really think about it, being a trucker and a serial killer is actually like a really good mesh. Like, You pick up a prostitute in one city, you kill her, then you dump her in a different city.
So you're condoning this.
That's a long way to drive.
I'm
with a
not
dead
condoning it. I'm
prostitute.
just saying, like, if you're going to do it, I mean, they have the right idea
If I have someone in the car, I want
of getting
company,
away with it.
You know?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm with you.
I spy something.
Even if you have to pay for it.
What?
Dead.
Red. Nothing? All right, I win. That's another one for me.
I don't know what
man.
just
That's-
happened there,
it's-
but
It is pretty terrifying. Like when you think about it, like there's so many. It's a ring of murderers.
yeah. And I mean, if you're thinking back to VICAP, which again, it's voluntary, so probably not
Can you
nearly
use the
as.
shorter version, plees?
Oh, VCAP? Yes, I can.
Appreciate
Yeah,
that.
we're on a time crunch here.
We found him.
Bailey just pulled up a picture of George Washington and his powdered wig and a trucker hat on top.
Yes, it's perfect.
A Make America Great Again trucker
Oh,
hat.
yeah. Of all things.
That's what sells the uneducated prostitute murdering vibe. Continue.
Yeah, but yeah, so going back to the comment. So yeah, so if we think back to VICAP, again, it's voluntary, so we don't even have the entirety of actual cases that have been reported, but we have over 275 serial killers who are truckers alone. Just like out here cruising the highways and the interstates looking for, prostitutes.
The next meetup.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like
that's
that's pretty
wild.
That brings
terrifying.
a new meaning to a cold one with the boys.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, it really does.
Oh.
I don't know. I liked it.
There's been a lot of jokes I'm going to have to cut from this episode.
oh.
No, don't cut that. That was pretty applicable. I mean,
So what's your because I know you we've talked before and like you're very I feel like passionate is not the right word.
No,
but like
I'm-
you're
yeah.
really into this.
I thought you were going to
Specific
ask what her
subject?
stance was. Like, do you believe in this?
Yeah.
Like,
So,
we ask it when
Do you
you
guys? What do you guys? Tanner,
Yes.
killer truckers, real or fake?
100% real. Even before this. Real.
Yeah.
I
Oh,
gotta
you believe
say,
in that, but you don't
though,
believe in ghosts.
Isn't that also on a shirt? I don't believe in ghosts, but I do believe in serial killers or history.
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 And also killer truckers.
also killer truckers.
That's going to be
Long
on
Haul
a different
Murderers is
shirt. Long
their
Haul Murderers.
official
Wait.
title
Can we get matching shirts?
for Long Haul Murderers.
Oh.
And then we all
And this
have
is George
a serial killer
Washington.
name.
It's going to be the most scattered shirt anyone's ever seen.
I don't know, man.
But I would treasure it forever.
All right. I'll mock up some designs.
Yeah.
Oh man, I'd be into it. I'd purchase one.
And then under it, a cold one with the boys.
Yes.
Oh,
you have to.
Oh.
I think that's great. I think Emily has come up with something very profound.
But Brittany, what intrigues you the most about this?
About the,
I thought
I
you were
just,
going to ask something different there.
No.
Okay.
You can ask that later.
I
whatever
didn't
you were
have anything.
thinking.
You just started one sentence and then stopped it and then asked a different
Oh, I
one.
do that a lot.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I don't know if you've met him.
Yeah, what do you
is
find most
Norm.
interesting about like this? What made you pick this as your topic?
So the first time that I actually watched this documentary, I thought I was just getting into, yeah, these killings on this beach happen. It's pretty interesting. I like true crime. It's a thing. But then, they started talking about literally just how many serial killers are just, roaming the streets every day, just waiting.
Hot take, there's too many.
Yeah. And I was just like, damn,
Imagine
that's real.
most of them are at GameStop at any given time.
I don't know. I think it's fascinating at the magnitude of the amount of serial killers that we have in this nation that we're just very unaware of.
Yeah. No, I actually sometimes I think about that when I'm at work. I'm like, wonder how many people I've sold something to that's definitely murdered people.
Yeah.
It's weird.
Or been murdered.
There needs to be a statistic for that.
I'm sorry. How many people
been
I've
murdered.
sold to that have been murdered?
Post after,
Like,
you sold them
previously?
something, they go home.
Like
They
they
didn't even
had
get to
been
play it.
murdered, but they got over it.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what I'm saying.
I don't think I want to be murdered today. I'm good. Appreciate it.
Yeah.
That's how you stop serial killing.
You
I gotta
know-
return this.
Legally, they can't kill you without permission.
Yeah.
No, they can't eat you.
Well,
I do not consent to this contract.
You
My
know,
body, my choice.
I only hope that I get to the point in my life where if I'm murdered, you guys do a segment on me. I'd appreciate that.
We will.
Yeah,
Done.
yeah.
We're gonna do a J Station style segment. We're just gonna have you on the
Ouija board.
I don't know
podcast.
who that is.
He does like videos.
He does
like 3
really
a.m.
in
Ouija
poor
boards with this
taste
person that died
videos.
a day
Oh,
ago.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right.
Um,
We're gonna do that. We're gonna get a Ouija board and we're just gonna put a microphone next to
Sorry,
it and
a
leave.
Luigi board.
Yeah, and I'm gonna laugh
A
in
Luigi
the spirit
board.
world.
I can't do anything.
It's not. This doesn't work at all.
damn.
But no.
Yeah. I mean, I think it also is a very good picture of just how our legal enforcement and law enforcement doesn't work in this country and
Yeah.
how terrible it is.
Yeah,
I mean, 5,000 murders going unsolved every year.
I mean,
they're
that's
doing their
that's-
best.
I mean, that's the only example I can think of how law enforcement's lacking.
I mean, I can think of
Can't-
some other
Can't
ways,
think
but
of,
I won't bring it up.
Can't think of
Single one. Yeah,
no,
I'm really
just
having some
drawing a
problems.
blank and,
Yeah, you know.
and joke.
But that was really good.
That was
Yeah.
clap track.
Clap, clap.
Thank
Just
you.
Bailey.
I have to record a clap track at some point.
Ooh, I will add that this Thomas Hargrove guy, the investigative journalist, is actually suing the FBI right now.
Interesting.
Go
Yes.
on.
He is suing the
I have to imagine that doesn't go well.
You know, I don't know. I haven't looked into what the update is, but he's actually suing the FBI for negligence.
Well, that should have been done.
Guilty.
Done.
Guilty, but now what?
Yeah.
I guess would be the.
I don't know, solve more murders, I guess, is the...
We're talking about
The
it
point?
today. The FBI raided the NSA to commandeer their equipment. That's a real thing that happened.
When did that happen?
Huh? I don't know when, but I know that they're going to court for that because it was deemed
Oh,
unconstitutional because they were trying to
Oh, I did
think
hear
I remember
about that.
commandeer.
about that.
They were commandeering the NSA's wiretap database.
Yeah.
cute. That seems
I did hear about that part.
all the way, all of it.
And if
wrong.
that's not interagency cooperation, I don't know what is.
Well,
What? I don't know.
I just said, well, I don't...
Marty, you're so.
But
You have a lot
now,
of
Now,
I think it's time that we shift gears a little bit. That's where you insert the sound
Tanner
clip of
just,
like
yeah.
a long haul
Pantomime.
the
trucker.
entire Fast and the
Shifting.
Furious one.
Yeah, no, just take just the sound of the Fast and Furious, the whole movie, the first one, and insert it right there.
I live my life a quarter mile at a time.
You have to put all the sound at once, like every 1 second clip, just all at once.
Just speed it up.
Yeah.
1,000 times.
We're gonna do our new segment.
Oh, our new segment.
New segment.
Oh.
New stuff.
We don't have a song for that yet. So who's guessing today?
Well, it's our special guest.
Okay. Okay.
All
So
right.
do you want to explain it? Has it been explained?
So,
Not
for
this
Brittany
episode.
and then
just
also
got
for
here.
the listeners that may have missed the last two episodes. Basically what's going to happen is Emily, Tanner, and myself are going to come up. We're going to have 3 stories.
Marty's helping me.
Okay.
2 of those stories are fake. 1 of them are real. It's about cryptids, monsters, whatever. Now,
okay.
just to be clear, it's all fake. But
I mean...
one of these stories is like actually set in like culture
It's-
and
It has
legend.
some kind of
mythology.
lore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
While the other 2 are completely
Just
off the dome.
And
Off
all
the
right.
top.
From
I'll
us.
try. I'm more of a true crime person, but I'll try.
Yeah, no, this will be fun. And, we might try to slip you up by looking at our phone to kind of read. And you have to decide whether one of our stories is Monsters and Molasses. Or all 3 of our stories are either Monster
Monsters
or
and
Molasses.
molasses.
I mean,
One of
that what we're
them
calling it
is
now?
real, 2 of them are
okay,
fake.
so one
I'm-
is real, 2 is not.
I
Yeah.
know,
Gotcha.
but it seems like a bit, but I like it.
Well, it is a bit, but now it's a recurring bit.
Yeah, I mean, hey,
So-
if anybody got
Called,
better
I'm
names,
assuming,
let us
Monsters
know.
and Molasses, because that was thrown out there?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Which molasses, just by the way, is a very real thing. I don't
Like the okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
I don't know. I just like
What do you got with malarkey?
we can do that.
Monsters.
But typically when I think of like
That's good.
That's good.
I've heard the
Go
term
Tanner.
like, oh, that's just molasses, like as something fake.
I have
never
heard that.
Ever heard that one?
I have.
Slow as molasses.
That's what I've
Is
heard.
that too? Yeah, well, yeah.
So who wants to go first?
Who wants to go first?
I'm intrigued.
I'll go first.
Tanner, you go first.
Okay.
Go people.
So mine is, well,
Please go, people.
it's just called the Critter.
The
That's all anyone
Critter.
ever called it.
The critter.
That's cool.
It's from, you know where Lake Worth is in Texas? The one in
Yes.
Texas, not the one in a different state. I want to say Arkansas. So Lake Worth,
Look, there are two states in America, Texas and not Texas.
this is true.
Brought to you
Well.
by a bunch of Texans and a Californian.
North Virginia.
I'm not
Oh,
a Texan,
also,
if that
I think
matters.
only me and Tanner are from Texas. I've
Yeah.
changed this.
correct.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, well. I'm rolling with it. Lake
Well,
Worth.
me and Tanner have decided.
Lake Worth.
So there's this critter from
A
Lake
critter.
Worth. Was causing problems on farms, killing livestock.
Hey, I just want to point out that your southern accent got real heavy just now. You're
Yeah.
like, a critter by Lake Worth.
I did that on purpose.
Okay.
It's an
I liked
affectation.
it.
Thank
I
you.
liked it. I just wasn't sure.
So it's killing livestock. It was described as being kind of like a hairless dog with the head of a possum and the tail of a possum with sharp gnashing teeth, but completely smooth.
So it was a possum with a dog body. Is
Essentially, lots
That's
of
what I was
possum-like
thinking.
features,
yeah,
similar to chupacabra, but in
Okay.
Texas, not Mexico.
but in Texas. All right.
And actually, yeah, that's pretty much it. You can ask me questions, but
So
I did like minimal research.
How was this critter minimal research? How was this critter killing the livestock?
Sucking their blood like the chupacabra.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, very similar.
Okay.
But it's like our version of it, you know?
Yeah,
Yeah.
the Americanized version.
Yeah, we always make the worst version.
All right.
Hell yeah, brother.
Head of a possum, body of a possum.
Tail of a possum. Yeah.
Like, really
A possum. A
Also,
blood-sucking
can't get
possum.
rabies.
Does it have like odd looking legs?
It was described as having odd looking legs.
Yeah.
I didn't think they
Odd.
looked that odd in the picture.
Odd in what way? Like, was there a description? or
They
was
said
it
odd looking legs.
Oh, just
Yeah.
odd. Okay.
But yeah, no, it's gone back hundreds and hundreds of years, probably, I assume. Minimal research, like I said.
One can assume.
Not a
Okay.
lot of Lake Worth history, to be fair.
Yeah. Yeah, we forgot about this until we started.
I mean, this is the third time doing it, and that's how it's gone every time.
Yeah.
Just like
Yeah,
right before
basically.
we start recording.
Well, we came up with it.
I
2
mean, I'm
episodes
not sure
ago
what to
during the
expect from the
episode.
other two stories, so I feel like that's good enough information
Okay.
for now.
All right, who's next?
Emily.
Hold on. So
That's right.
mine is called Chordata.
That's Taco Bell.
Bailey doesn't have a mic. You can't make jokes with no mic. That was a good one.
Bailey said
Thanks,
that sounds
Irene.
like something you could get at Taco Bell. Oh, hold on.
It's not as
Yeah,
funny
it's
now.
lost its magic.
Haha.
I'm just gonna cry. That hurts more. Basically, it is what was thought to be an extinct koala, like the giant sloth is a
Okay.
giant koala
Gotcha.
that has been spotted in like the deep outback.
Okay.
So like
In
not a lot of
Australia?
people are there. That's where the outback
Yeah.
is.
I just wanted you to
Yes.
say
Chodada.
the place.
Australia.
Just can I ask a question? Do these koalas also have chlamydia?
Oh, important thing to know.
Koalas have
Well,
chlamydia.
they're supposedly extinct. Maybe that's what.
Yeah.
No, they for real do.
Maybe.
The John Oliver
Yeah,
Chlamydia Award.
they do.
Koala
Yeah,
Chlamydia Award.
which is weird, but
I mean, they're supposedly extinct. What do you think killed them?
the chlamydia.
Can chlamydia kill you if untreated?
Maybe.
I don't want to Google it.
Isn't that how people go mad staring at the sea with a blanket over their legs?
Whoa, what?
No.
What?
I'm thinking of syphilis. Never mind.
Oh, yeah, that does happen.
Wait,
Yeah.
still- what?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah. It was a big thing. Like
Yeah.
the whole
Especially
what was
in
that
ships.
royal family called? I can't think of their names. They married into like every royal family in England or in Europe. And then they had to start marrying each other.
Oh, I know you're talking about, but I don't know what their names
The
are.
Habsburgs.
Yeah.
That's what got a lot of the Habsburgs.
I'm sorry, Emily. I may have derailed that.
What else is new? But yeah, so
Okay.
it supposedly went the way of the dinosaur and like the giant sloth and the Tasmanian.
Man, that giant
So
sloth looks
it's-
so cool.
It's spooky.
Yeah,
Oh.
I agree.
That scared me, Marty. I don't know what I thought was on my hand. He leads my hand and it's covering.
Marty's turning into a giant sloth. It's morphin' time.
So this giant koala.
Yeah.
So it's been just like sighted, or is there like reason for people to believe that it's still like a thing?
What?
Are you suggesting
Yeah.
pandas are just koalas that are a little bit bigger?
It seems to be the
Pandas, bears,
suggestion.
Pandas are
Koalas are
actually very
marsupials?
small.
Yes.
Yeah, so are koalas.
Yeah.
Yeah, koalas are marsupials.
No. Right. He said.
Oh.
He said pandas are very small.
Oh.
pandas butt very small. Is that what you said?
No. What?
What? I don't know.
I said pandas are very small.
Okay, that's.
All right, Mark.
But they're not as small as koalas. But anyway, no, there's just been like, because you can't do a lot in the deep
yeah.
outback because it is a bit warm.
Also, there's spiders that are like
Also,
8
there's-
feet big.
Also, there's
many.
just everything that will kill you in the outback.
Yeah, so there's just been like
Gotcha. Like sightings.
in passing.
Thank you,
sightings.
Jeff.
Even the
Okay.
air gets toxic at a point in Australia.
I think so. Yeah,
Man,
so,
they're
like,
having like real bad heat waves right now too. Like,
Yeah.
Australia's literally made to kill you.
yeah, like in the middle of, and this is a number just coming off the dome. But I feel like my 6th grade history teacher told me it can get up to like 150.
Yeah.
But like that's why there's also like a lot of mines in the middle of the outback because heat helps make diamonds.
It does.
So
That's true.
anyway, that's all
All
I
right.
got.
Sounds good.
Norman.
Cool. Let me set the stage. So picture this: you're in the Philippines.
Oh, God.
You're,
Again?
Again.
They won't let me back there.
you're pregnant,
Oh.
Again?
and you decide, oh man, you're by the seaside. There's a bench there, and you're like, man, it's very nice. Let me go ahead and take a nap. And you kind of put your head down,
As
right?
you do.
Yeah.
Right, because
nice.
it's very nice because like the moon is hitting the water and the wind hitting you and the breeze and the smell it's very great.
All right.
I
Bailey's
can't imagine
giggling
the
a
Philippines
lot.
smells awesome.
I can't either, but we'll listen for the
You.
story.
Well, if you're like at the top of the wind
Right.
and you're on the
There you go.
beach,
This is
then
right
you're
on the
only
coast.
getting
This is wind coming
exactly
into.
exactly.
And
So you're
it's
getting
smell-
you're only
you can-
getting ocean
it smells great.
And everyone's
Only
getting
ocean
your
smells.
Only ocean smells.
The sea salt, it's
All
great.
right.
And you take a nap.
Dead whales and trash islands.
So peaceful.
It's awesome.
So tranquil.
And you
All
wake
right.
up.
Yeah.
But in your dreams, you start having some nightmares, and you have a very terrible pain where your baby is, and you wake up, and your baby's gone.
So where your baby
And
was.
flying away is
What?
flying away
Wow, this took a turn.
Yeah.
is the
This stork took it back.
flying away into the moonlight is half a torso of a woman.
Half a torso.
Half a
No,
torso
wait.
of a woman. This
quick
is
Like
question.
legs attached?
How does
or
it
just-
fly?
Carry the baby and fly.
so.
Sorry, do you fly with your feet?
Okay, I'll just wait for the rest
well,
of
I'm
the
Yeah,
just
story.
thank
saying,
you
if,
for
like,
yeah.
if she's using her arms to
I'll
fly.
ask questions at the end.
Just flew in from Toronto, and boy, are my arms tired.
That's what I'm saying. I'm just saying.
Okay, so the cryptid I've
Maybe she has
decided to
a
do
plane.
is a Filipino culture. It's their take on kind of like a vampire, which there's many vampires in that culture,
Yeah.
but this one is traditionally it is a woman. And during the day, she
that's
has very normal
Legs.
features. Like she can live a very normal life. She can marry. She can whatever.
Legs.
But at night,
Say it.
she
Legs.
Does she have legs during the day?
She has legs during the. She looks like a normal
I mean, I was
person
gonna
during the
say, I
day.
assume if she's looking normal, that legs are attached.
But at night, she separates her lower half and bottom
pops them
half
off like
to
Lego
fly
legs.
That's the
to
same
fly
half.
away. The bottom half
And the lower half is the
bottom.
same
Sorry,
half.
bottom half and top half. She separates them.
Okay.
Like
kind of-
torso down.
Yeah,
Is this
torso
like
down.
a-
She leaves her torso behind to fly away. And
Is this like a
find
gruesome
victims.
werewolf kind of thing? Like she
Yes.
tearing it off? Oh,
Which
okay.
I don't think she tears it off.
Okay.
Okay.
Yes.
You know,
Question.
Oh yeah.
Well, can I finish the story?
Lots of dripping.
Oh,
Can
are
I
you not
finish the
done?
story?
Lots of hanging.
Well,
Can I
I don't
finish
know
the
if you're
story?
done or not.
I want to make a joke first.
Go for it.
Is it like Lego legs? You just pop them off.
I'll allow that joke. I'll allow that.
Is it a full moon tonight?
But she goes after separating herself and leaving her torso. She goes.
No, wait, her torso comes
She
with her.
leaves her torso.
Wait,
So is she just arms?
Oh, well, sorry. She leaves
That's what
her.
I'm saying.
Oh my god.
Wait.
She leaves her bottom half.
this is going very well.
I thought the bottom half was flying away.
No, the bottom half.
Those legs stole my baby.
The bottom half stays.
All right, that's good clarification.
And her top half flies away to
Flew
find
away.
a victim.
Does she have wings? Answer the question.
She has wings.
I mean, I assume that's how you fly.
You don't fly with
No,
your
I know.
arms.
Look,
Who flies with their arms?
Superman.
He doesn't fly with his arms.
How does he fly, Norman?
With his
yeah, he doesn't have wings.
superpowers?
That's what I was asking, because Superman can fly without
Are
wings.
you suggesting this thing flies like Superman?
And that's why I'm asking to clarify.
It could just
because
float.
You
It
did
could
not
just float.
outright say
It has
flies
wings.
away with the wings.
And it flies away with its wings.
Okay.
In search of victims, it's so it would pretty much take anybody that's asleep. But its preferred meal is the pregnant women,
Babies.
where they using its probing proboscis, similar to like a butterfly or a mosquito.
Or an anteater.
No, not anteater.
There's so many popping sounds in this.
It likes
That's the Lego legs.
pregnant women. Not to give a very detailed
Yeah.
description, but it likes to steal the hearts of the babies and eat them,
Yum.
and blood as well.
It's like
it
vampire
said,
veal.
It said that the only way to really kill them is to stab them with a spear, like most things.
Yeah.
But also,
Is it like a specific kind of spear?
what's that?
Is it like a specific
No,
kind of spear?
just like.
so it doesn't have to be like wood or.
Just like, you know,
silver.
no, just whatever
Could
you
just
find.
be people. What if
So
that
you
was
could
just half a
stab
lady
it.
someone stabbed with a spear and they were like, it worked. I killed it.
But if you're not able to,
Where are the wings?
If you're not able to find it that way, if you can manage to find her lower half, if you sprinkle salt on it,
Like a snail.
she's unable
Yeah.
to put her lower half back on, and she'll die that way.
Okay.
Nah, hold on.
All right.
That
Or
doesn't seem-
sorry, no, right. It's either salt, crushed garlic, or ash.
First of all,
Ash of what?
if these women are allowed
Newt.
or can just have like normal lives, can you imagine like being their partner and just waking up in the middle of the night and finding the lower half of your spouse?
No, well, she hides it, obviously.
you get up. You get up.
I live in a
Yeah.
one-bedroom apartment. Where's she going to put it?
I feel like it's a little.
Should like leave it in a bush. I don't know, man.
I feel like it's a little hard to like live a normal life
that a
when you
leg
can just
sticking out from behind the
detach.
TV?
Yeah. yeah.
Again.
I think we need
honey,
to talk.
honey, have you seen my legs?
I put them right here. Look, they were in the way. I just needed to move. I was trying to vacuum.
Just holding up a little table with a book.
My
Yeah.
thing is,
You get a lot of utility out of that.
Yeah,
I'll
you don't
bring
have
it
a
up
thing.
later. No,
All
I
right.
have some questions, but I'll
So,
bring it up.
so one of these is real.
Okay.
Do you have any other questions for me?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I think we've covered it.
Once the story's finished, I think it all came together. Yeah.
I changed my mind. Oh yeah. What was the name of it? Is the question that two people off mic asked.
Yeah. A Lego vampire.
A Lego vampire movie.
Also, How does not having legs kill her?
She can't connect back to her legs.
You ever
Sure.
not had legs
That's
before?
not.
Have you? Yeah, Tanner. Perfect point.
What did he? What did he?
How long have you gone without your legs?
I'm just saying, all the vital stuff is in the torso.
No, she takes it with her.
People in wheelchairs.
She takes the vital stuff with her.
That's what I'm saying.
How are you going
Right.
to seal that off? When
Oh,
the
so
day
it's not like sealed
when the
off.
daylight
I just kind of
comes.
assumed that there are two separate pieces.
Oh no, we said dripping and hanging.
Dripping and hanging.
Oh, I missed that
One hand
part.
for the
I've
baby.
changed
Drip
my
too
mind.
hard. Okay, it's
Okay.
called a Mananagal.
Man in a gall.
So Managal,
Oh, I love that game.
Critter.
and Critter.
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 Alright, so now you guess this one
Okay.
is monster or malarkey.
Malarkey.
Do the malarkey first.
So
think
I'm going to
malarkey.
say that Critter is malarkey.
Okay.
Just gonna.
None of us are going to argue with you.
Yeah,
We're gonna
no,
let
I
you form
get
your-
that. Just thinking out loud.
What's your thoughts there?
That's
like
an
how
Ed
did you get
Sheeran
there?
song.
I
It's just a
feel
possum.
like, well, I feel like I'm
I mean, when,
just a possum that, like, I don't know, likes to suck your blood. I don't know.
Oh my gosh, it's a Vietnamese possum.
They're all actually one monster.
Oh,
Wait,
one.
did you say Vietnam? Where was yours at?
Philippines, you
Philippines.
Oh,
son
yeah.
of a bitch.
Nice.
Filipino possum.
Okay, so I guess my reasoning for singling that out initially, I feel like typically if you have like actual lore, it probably doesn't come from the United States.
Well, that's just
Last
false.
week we did an episode
False.
on the Wendigo, which was, or you guys
North
did it,
American
which
exclusively.
is
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that also doesn't come from our nation.
Yeah, Sasquatch.
Well,
There's stories
The
about
Deep
all
Lord
over the world.
Sasquatch.
most
I
importantly.
guess it
I'm going to
depends
repeat
on
it. Mothman.
Mothman.
Okay, anyway, I'm
That's a
stop.
thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You literally can't make me.
Anyway, yeah.
Okay,
I'm done though. Yeah. Okay.
Sorry, I'm pondering in my mind. I don't know if I'm like totally sold on this like giant koala.
It's just there.
I know.
It's
I
not like a bad
just-
monster. Not all of them are bad.
Well, yeah.
Sometimes they're just big.
I don't think that
Yeah.
all monsters are bad.
Hotel
Just-
Transylvania taught me that.
I don't know. I get. Wow. I guess I just feel like the giant koala is kind of like, yeah, it's like the kind of like Sasquatch kind of like lore, like.
Well, exactly.
I don't know. But I
Just
feel
imagine.
like most people don't like generally like believe it in like their actual culture
But yeah,
as being a thing. Because that's the whole point, right? Monster or malarkey.
Well, like most people don't believe in Bigfoot.
yeah,
But that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm attributing it to.
right. But like the
As
lore is
being
still there.
malarkey.
But the lore is still there.
Yeah, it's just it's like the lore. Like the
Yeah.
Is this something that we made up ourselves, or is it something that we?
Like I
actually
doubt
found?
many people in Romania still believe in vampires.
That actually,
I don't know about that.
Ah. It's like cultural vampires over
he's
there.
decided. He's speaking for a whole culture right there.
Nice.
One I am entirely unfamiliar with.
He's dubbed it vampire free. He saved them.
No more.
It's been busted.
They're gone.
Dracula is no more.
They're all gone now.
Anyway.
Anyway.
Right.
I don't know. I've known a lot of Australians as well. And I don't foresee that being like an actual thing for them. I don't know. I'm kind of, and I think I'm too caught up on like the whole cultural aspect of it, but I feel like the Philippines probably have more of an actual lore that they actually believe in.
So,
So I'm going with, I don't remember what this Lego vampire was
Monster.
called.
Mananagal.
Man of Medan.
Mananagal.
Man in a Gall, yes.
Man in a Gall.
I'm going to go with that one as the monster.
Okay.
You are correct. The Mananagal is a pretty gross and terrifying monster.
Yeah, it sounds like it.
I'm gonna have to agree.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, it's if you look up any videos, any
I forgot who was doing the real one, so this is shocking to me.
yeah, it's pretty gross. It's also, I mean, what I feel like based off of what I heard, like typically any kind of like stillborns, this is probably,
Okay.
this is their way of like,
That makes sense.
yeah, their way of kind of coping with that. But yeah, it's pretty gross and definitely look into it.
No.
Yeah,
Speaking of looking into our stories, y'all want to see what I base mine on?
Yeah, yours is good.
probably not good for the.
Everyone.
So for anybody that wants to look up the Managal, it's spelled MANANANGGAL.
GG.
And for anyone that wants to look up mine, just look up Chupacabra Found and look for a small Texas news station's video.
Where'd you get your inspiration
It's
from?
gold.
Giant koala. Well, okay, I was on Reddit and I saw a picture of a koala and I was like, yes.
That'd be
What
cool.
if that was
Yeah,
like
a giant one.
really
Well,
big?
yeah, and then I was gonna translate giant koala into a different language. Apparently, giant koalas are real. They are just very, very extinct.
Oh,
So there's no like actual story
gotcha.
of like.
What language?
Them being back.
Oh, hadn't gotten there because I saw like the
Actual giant koalas?
Well, no, hold on. Let me find it again. It's
Like
just the
from
phylum.
Tekken.
It's just the phylum
Oh.
of the
Oh,
giant
Gotcha.
koalas.
From Tekken.
Oh, never mind. That was a regular bear.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Good job.
Anyway.
You did it.
I
you did it.
You win nothing.
You win my respect.
Sure, a thumbs up. I'll take it.
No one wins here.
You get some Marty kisses.
Some Marty kisses.
Certainly not the listeners.
Yeah, we all saw the film. I've lost today.
Well, this has been a very successful episode.
It has. It's been like 9 hours.
We've learned a lot about each other, seen a lot of cool things,
No,
and,
we
I don't
haven't.
know
We
if
just
I'd
saw a
call it cool.
thumb. There wasn't much
Yeah.
of one left.
and had a very special guest
Yes.
do a report. For the first time, a special guest has done a report.
That's
Oh, that seemed pointed.
no,
That's
because
a jab
Bailey's
at-
done one.
Well,
That was making a
I get it.
joke
It's a
about
joke
that.
because-
Yeah,
and then also it never aired.
It didn't air, that was a joke. I was like, oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh,
Anyway,
I
see.
remember
I
that.
get
I
the
actually
joke now.
enjoyed that. Yeah. It was.
Yeah.
It's malarkey, but
I think you mean molasses.
I don't know. We'll figure it out.
Yeah.
But
Malarkey lasses. No,
Malarkey lasses.
you can cut that.
I will not.
I know.
Good night, everybody.
Sorry, Mom.
wait,
Oh, are we
outro.
starting?
God damn.
We
Yeah.
gotta do
Well,
that.
everyone just
Hey,
sat
look,
here.
my name's
Yeah, we
Norm. Follow me at Unhappy Bananas on almost everything. I'm
Including
slowly,
TikTok.
including TikTok. I'm gonna upload some cool stuff.
It's not that bad.
Not that bad.
Cool.
I've been Emily. A little bit sick left, but hopefully next time I won't still be coughing. It's fine. You can find me Twitter, Instagram, and Twitch. Ninja Squirrel, NJASQRL. Hi, Mom. Also.
Hi, Emily's mom.
I'm Bailey. You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Basilbub, BAESILBUB, and on Twitch as well, twitch.tv/Basilbub. I've been streaming Smash Bros. That's it.
Sweet.
I nodded. It didn't pick up on the microphone.
How do you know?
There we go. I'm Tanner. I'm still Tanner on Twitter. That's pretty much all I got. I don't really do Instagram very much, even though Big Baby's a big fan of mine.
A big fan of yours.
All right. Do you have any plugs?
I'm Brittany. I'm pretty boring, but I guess if you care enough, Twitter and Instagram, Black in Nature 00.
Perfect. All right. Now bye though. For real.
Bye.
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 Can you cut in that chupacabra howl at the end?